For the last year, we've been using one of our teams as an Agile test lab. We are interested in seeing what could be achieved if we focused on the underlying principles of Agile and intrinsic motivation. The results are pretty amazing. There was a significant increase in productivity as measured by the team's velocity between 2014 and 2015. In 2014, velocity bounced around 10 to 20 points per iteration. In 2015, you see a steady climb, with the last 6 months in a stable but increasing range of 30 to 40 points. Not only are the results much better, but the continued step-by-step increases show that this is a significant and, more importantly, sustainable state. In 2014, we averaged 16.3 points per iteration. In 2015, across a year, we averaged 26.6 points. If we average just the points after we started the reset, we see 29.9 points. And looking at the time frame after we completed the last major step of the reset, that included the last 6 months of the year, we see the team achieving 34.7 points per iteration. But what does that increase translate to? In 2014, the team was able to complete 100 story points in roughly 61 days. Our new velocity translates to completing the same amount of work in less than 29 days. Or looking at it in terms of cost, in 2014, to complete 100 points, it cost a little over $500,000. Compared to 2015, that same amount of work we can complete for less than $200,000. But even those numbers don't tell the full story. In 2015, we also increased what we did per user story. We added the new 2015 UI standard, the A11Y standards, and automated testing. Additionally, work that in 2014 that was usually split out into other stories such as translations or adaptive and responsive UI work for web on mobile devices or analytics is now included in each story. Now it's time to come clean about something I haven't mentioned yet. Some might have already guessed that our team size changed. And it's true, our team size did change. In 2014, it was 12. In 2015, we reduced the team to 10, giving that headcount back to other teams in our group. Yes, we reduced the team size, added additional work and value, all while bringing quality up and costs down. We are able to complete all of the traditional and additional work faster than before, and we are far more flexible and able to quickly adapt and quickly change to accommodate the needs of our partners and customers. So how do we do it? Well, there are lots of changes we made, and much of it is nuance and details, but in short, a team room large enough for the entire team, including the product owner. We use techniques such as mob problem solving, and we also do pair programming. But the most obvious thing to anyone watching our team for the first time is we work in pods. Our QA-focused members are fully integrated, sitting with 2 developers and forming a 3-person pod. All of the automated acceptance tests are written before any code is written. The pod then writes and refines the code as it writes and refines the tests. We remove any single points of failure, such as siloed roles. For example, while we fully appreciate the front-end developer skill set, we don't see a need for that role. In order to do that, we've become and are continuing to become more cross-functional. Front-end developers learning back-end developer skills, back-end developers learning FED skills, QA picking up scripting and light developer skills, BAs, POs, and QAs all picking up each other's skill sets in order to back each other up and quickly remove roadblocks. The team is continuously learning, sharing, and improving. But just throwing people into pods isn't going to get the results that you're looking for. You see, to build a high-impact, autonomous team requires a culture change and an environment that encourages intrinsic motivation. First, we share. We share a lot. Shared development leads to higher innovation. Shared testing, higher quality, no silos. Because all of the work is being done by the entire pod, all at the same time, everyone learns from everyone else. As one developer is coding and talking the others through his process as he codes, the others may pick up a new thought or technique. This is how we are able to accomplish one of our largest front-end development-based projects, the 2015 User Interface Standards, without having a front-end developer. Shared responsibility is a safe environment. When everyone in the pod is fully responsible for the work done, the pod wins or loses as a pod. Our highest external goal is to surprise and delight our customers through quick and continuous delivery of high quality and value. Our highest internal goal is to help others learn and grow for success and personal satisfaction. As a team, we're constantly adding to our skill set. At first, this seemed hard. As soon as the team picks up one new skill set, they're picking up another. But now it's just the way we work. There hasn't been a week in the last year where we're not learning something new, sometimes several new things at once. This empowering knowledge and the support of a shared responsibility team gives the team the confidence to change direction at any time for the benefit of our PO, a partner or customer need, or a need within the team. Of all the metrics and measurements, I haven't yet mentioned one of the most important: happiness and engagement. As self-reported by the team, they're happier and more engaged, which beyond a feel-good metric also makes good business sense. Engaged and happy employees are more innovative, more productive, and less likely to leave. And if you create a team of self-learning, cross-functional, autonomous, and driven individuals, you probably want them to stay around. Our stretch goal is to share what we've learned with other teams and groups. The great thing is, the team feels it'll take less time to roll this out to other teams. Now that this entire team has been down that road, all of our team members can help mentor new people coming in. While the results for this one team are great, we think the results are repeatable, and we'd like to extend this experiment step by step out to our entire group. We'll mix into other teams, one at a time, some members of our team merging into their work stream, and some of theirs into ours. But we need space. The right space. No cubes, no individual offices. We need simple, easily movable desks, and some enclosed open space, as team members swap pods every iteration. While we feel we can onboard from 4 to 8 teams this year, our team area is small, just for our team, let alone even just one more. We've been looking for any space for several months now, and we're hitting some roadblocks and barriers. We're hoping this is where we can ask you for help in removing these blocks. More beneficial, however, would be a safe harbor, a cocoon for this change to happen. Any change is usually met with some resistance, but the scope of our changes to process, role definitions, not to mention culture, have already produced some fear and misunderstanding from other teams and members of skill-based communities. And while we share what we can, talking about how and why is not the same as experiencing it. Every person who's ever spent some time with us in our team room is very positive. In order to set this experiment up for success, we can't do this as a big bang, everything in style. Once again, we're talking about culture change. We change the culture and practices team by team so as not to dilute the change with resistance. We really would like to build an incubator, as free of as much of the current cultural bias as possible. We think an outside location would be best for this, and we see it as a low-cost, high-reward investment. We think a change in location will help spark some of that startup energy quickly in new teams. And a remote location allows the culture we're building to be the default. At approximately $3 to $20 per square foot per year for space, we can easily cover a space large enough for 1 to 2 years for far less than the cost of just one head. As a matter of fact, the savings of the 2 head count we gave back would already cover the cost. More intriguing is what used to take more than 60 days and cost more than $500,000. We now complete in less than 30 working days, 6 weeks, for less than $200,000. Every 6 weeks, we cover the cost for what it would take to cover the entire group for more than a year. And once proven out to our group, we'd love to host teams from other groups and share with them as well, with each new team brought in, adding to the savings and productivity gains. Or inversely, each week we don't have the space to bring in one team cost us $50,000 per team per week in productivity losses. This internal startup may also have an attractive effect on outside applicants. The goal is not just to replicate our exact results to each team. Each team that moves into the system will bring more benefits and capabilities to the group at large. As you've seen by our results, the team has already successfully made some amazing leaps this last year. And with your help, we can show that at American Airlines, we do more than leap, we soar. If you can help, or if you have any questions, or want to learn more, please contact Misty Schaefer Stern or Jason Hobbs.